Blessings, everybody. Welcome here. This is your transmission to reconcile the darkness and light that is within you, me, every one of us, and the entire planet, universe. This is a transmission of non-duality, and this is a transmission of unity, consciousness, that I have been integrating and processing for the past few months now. And there's just so much about it that I don't have words to coherently describe what it is, and I hope that this transmission will transmit that frequency to you, and that on a higher plane that you receive it and that you process and integrate it into your own being, because this is the core template of the new earth. Unity, consciousness, non-duality. Saying this gives me a little bit of that feeling of anxiety. Anxiety is not the right word, but it's almost like crunching up and feeling, I shouldn't be talking about this, because do I really know what I'm talking about? Because I don't have the words to describe, and that I have not actually really dive really deep into the teachings that are found online or in specific lineages. While I have received transmissions from my mentors, I have not really researched about it, and the message that I got was that there actually isn't any need to, because the energetic transmission is so much more than what words can teach us. And more we're finding ourselves transcending human language, transcending language barriers, and that this energy, this transmission, this frequency is felt beyond the understanding of language, and that even though there is no word-for-word translation, you understand it. Deep within your soul understands it, and that is beyond what our mind can comprehend. So I invite you to ease into this transmission and receive whatever wants to come through to come through. The darkness and light is a big topic that is in the spiritual community right now, and that oftentimes it feels very still polarized, that a group of people are chasing the light and seeing the darkness as demons, as evil beings, creating all these chaos in the world right now. And then there's just so many, it just feels like the energy is a little bit chaotic. And through it all, I observe, and I also, as I am integrating the teachings and the transmissions of non-duality, I realize that it is not about balancing darkness and light. There is a very fine line, because it is not about balancing. It is about converging it within us. It is about reconciling the darkness and the light that is within us. And for quite some time, I was in that space of acknowledging darkness and knowing that it is within me as well. And when it comes up, when the experiences come up, acknowledging it, processing it, not fearing it, not running away from it, but it has come to my awareness that that is not enough. Yes, that is the first step, but the reconciling is where the union happens, the convergence happens, and this is the convergence of heaven and earth. This is the convergence of divine feminine and divine masculine. This is the convergence of also darkness and light that is within us and that is all around us. The universe is made up of darkness and light, and that is something that we cannot just choose one or the other. It is about understanding that it is just the same thing. It is the same thing expressed in a different way. And once we're able to reconcile that, then that is when we have stabilized the codes of unity, of non-duality. So maybe more teachings might come through in the future, but at this point now, the transmission is coming through to assist you, me, all of us to reconcile that within ourselves. So all you have to do is just to ease into this and to open your heart up to allow these codes to be received by your energetic body and to be integrated and stabilized within you. Shtukuru mu oai se te kukura e se no tukua e shutukukuru tutututua e shite naisa. Ekua e naisha, ekua e naisha, ekua e naisha. Na e sutukunua, na e sutukunua, na e sutukunua. Shutuku ua tatakarakara e se te tuku tutu tatakarakara e se tutuku kuku tutu tarakara e se te na e shutuku mua e shataka. Ai e suku kunua e sha. Na re se tukuru ue sha, na e se tukuru ua e sha, na e se tukuru ua e sha, na e se tukuru ua e sha. Sasha takara e se te no kukumo oa e she se te na e she te kukumo a e sha. Ma takera e she te nuku a e sha, ma e takara e she te nutuku a e sha, na takara e she tukunu a e she, na e se te nuku a e sha. Shutukunu a e she ne tukumo o e sha e sa, na takara e sha e sa, na e takara e sha e sa. Shtukukukukukukukukumu oe shite te 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 kakakakaka. Becoming aware the light that is within you shining so bright. Yet at the same time, there is this darkness that is within you as well. The dark thoughts, the dark emotions, like demons. Allow yourself to see that that is you. Allow yourself to feel those darkness without feeling like you shouldn't be feeling this, you shouldn't be thinking about this. The first step is to be aware, to acknowledge. That there is this part of you that you see out there in the world that is dark, that is also within you. The jealousy, the hatred, the desire for power, to control, that we all have this within us. And however it manifests in its extremities doesn't negate the fact that it is within us. Even just that thought. That is the darkness. Allow yourself to feel that. To hold space for yourself. When you see what's outside you as also a reflection of what is within you, you realize that you are no different. You're no better, you're no worse. And your heart opens with loving compassion to those darkness that you observe, that you see in the world around you, in the people around you. Shtukurua masatene, kukurua kai shene, kukurua kai shene, kukurua nai she, raka isete tutunua satakama isite nushu. Often people say, when you see someone shining bright, know that they are also reflecting that part of you. That is empowering. That is often talked about. But you also have to remember that the same is for the other side of the equation. That what you see in the world that is dark is also a reflection of the darkness within you. No judgments. Just observe, acknowledge that it is there. And that is fine. Because this is how the universe works. The duality reconciling that into non-duality, into union of these two energies, the dark, the light, the yin, the yang. Kirai mo tuwe shera isha, kirai tu muai she ka isha, kirai she mu kuai she raisha, kirai she mu kuai she ka isha, kirai she kumu, kirai she kumu, kirai she mu, kirai she mu, kirai she mu, kirai she mu, kera eshe mu, 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 kera eshe mu, kera eshe mu, kera eshe mu, mu, kera eshe. Kara esho no tukua eshe ta eshe te a eshe tukua eshe te 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 ukua eshe te ra eshe te ra eshe te ra ukua eshe te ra eshe te ra eshe te ra ukua eshe te ra eshe te ra eshe te ra ukua eshe e te ra eshe ukua eshe e te ra eshe ukua eshe e te ra eshe Tera eshe, rukua eshe te no sususu, kua eshe te no sususu, kua eshe te no sususu. Shtekera ene tukumu, shutukumu, shutukumu, shetena ese shutukumu, 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 shetera eshe shutukumu, 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 aishetera esa, aishetera esa, aishetera esa, shutukumu, 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 aishetera esha. Shutukumu, shutukumu, aeshe raesha. Shutukumu, shutukumu, aeshe raesha. Shutukumu, shutukumu, aeshe raesha. Sasate keru umu aeshe tekera enaesha. Erukua esha esa. Erukua esha iteterukua esha esa. Erukua esha esa, esha esa, esha esa. Ukurua eshe senushua ekera eshe tenuku etenuku 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 shkua ese tenenene ara ese eshe taka eshe u ara eshe teka eshe teka u ara eshe teka eshe teka eshe teka eshe teka eshe teka no sutukumo ue iseka esha e sutukumu ua eshete eseteka u shutukumu ua eseteka eshete nuku a eshete nuku a eshete nuku transmission shtukutumo oi setera kakaka reconciliation complete takara indikumu o ai sete kai shitakara stabilizing it in the highest crystalline structure shtukumu ai shitekana in the highest light ma esetuku kuku in the highest love and unity karai sete kai shutuku kuku. The key code of this transmission is that it is not about getting rid of one thing and going to another. It is not about getting rid of darkness and going towards the light. It is not about getting rid of the old earth and going to the new earth. It is not about getting rid of the divine feminine or the divine masculine and going to just one side. That is still dual in nature. And there will always be duality in our life, in our existence on planet Earth. And when we talk about non-duality, it is not about no duality, but it is about being in the duality, being in the dual nature of this plane, yet at the same time, it is your very being, it is your very vessel, it is your very consciousness, your very understanding and embodiment of both sides and harmonizing, uniting it converging both ends within yourself. She kakarai shetukumuaisha. The yin-yang symbol is a symbol that I am seeing in my vision right now and also in the transmission earlier. And it very beautifully depicts the dark and the light in the black and white of this symbol. And the way it comes together, the way it swirls together, is showing us these two energies converging, these two energies uniting, these two energies coming together and becoming one. That is what this transmission is about. Eka emu tutukua ishena isite kakaisha. And as you journey on, your day-to-day life will begin to show you. You will begin to also have an expanded awareness of certain things that you experience in your life that gives you the chance, the opportunity, whether big or small, to reconcile that within yourself, to reconcile the polar opposite ends within yourself. And I shall not dictate or put a label to it that it's darkness or it's light, because it can be anything in however way you experience this polarity. Dark and light is just a term, a phrase, a word to use to describe both ends. Truth, false is another term. Another comparison, feminine, masculine is another one. There's so many, infinite ways to describe, to experience the polarity. Our life, our existence in itself is the polarity, where we have our infinite being and our finite one, that is our physical vessel. It's about tapping into both sides and knowing that they do not conflict with each other. Oftentimes these two energies of the polar opposites can seem like there is no way that it can come together in unity. But non-duality, when you have truly embodied that and understand it, not with the conscious mind, is when you're able to see that it actually is one of the same. Kuru mo e shata kakara e shata kakara e shata kakara. Mashutuku no sotoku e shisenasha. Thank you so much for receiving this, and I hope that it serves your greatest and highest good. If you enjoyed this transmission, there are different ways to receive more of such transmissions. More details in the description box below. Sending so much love to you, and I will see you in the next one.